see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Look, mile like 3-6, pulled up, ski trip, cold winter. All my eating good, I remember when we had no dinner. West side, east side, no side, both sides with me. Check, coming, check, leaving flex season 12, come and get me. Gil to run around high speed, chasing all the big bags. Bending corners, bending rules, bending necks, Gil the whiplash. Slide through hot knife, warm butter storm, gutter drain lane. Young man, old habit, still at it, tryna let my chain hang. True story, new story, 2-story condo, B&B. 4 bath, 1 me, no key, like I did a B&E. B&Me so good, so hood, so not worried about it. 250,000 new views, old news, know you probably heard about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Headline, word around town, flexing. Ballin' on my course, so I ain't worried about nobody out of bounds, stressing. Feeling like Hercules, murder these ain't a problem to me. Tight to tell the maid service don't come unless you bringin' condoms to me. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. We gon' come and see about it. Flexing ain't discreet about it. Extra, extra, read about it. Say you wanna beef about it. Find out nothing sweet about it. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping. Moving, shaking, coming down to me. Stacking, racking, money, power flipping.
Come on in. Special edition Sunday night. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody is healthy and prosperous. Come on in, hit that like button, hit that like button. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get this show on the road. Shout out to Great Polo. I see you in the building. STL in the building. Mark Brown, what up? What up? St. Louis in the building. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to all the moderators. I see y'all. Shout out to Nick. I think I saw Pippi in here. SD Walk, Asma Rowland, whoever is a moderator, shout out to y'all. Cleveland in the building. Big Hearn, Lafayette, Louisiana, Detroit, Harrisburg, PA, Connecticut. What else? Pensacola, Florida. See Jamal Foster, Chi-Town in the building. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody from Chicago. Savannah, Georgia, Detroit. Shout out to D-Town, Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Shout out to everybody in the Midwest. St. Louis in the building. Nick. Let's see. Jamal Foster. George 313. I see Detroit is in the building heavy tonight. Come on in, y'all. Hit that like button. Let us know where you're checking in from. I see Little Rock in the building. Chi-Town in the building again. I see you. All right, as the room builds up, what up? Come on in, a Sunday night edition. All right, so let's get to it. It's a little feedback. It's E-double. It's a little feedback. You got the window down or something? You turn the AC on?
Got the AC on, man. I'm in Arizona.
All right,
How about now?
That's a
I
little.
turned it down.
That's a little better. Yeah. All right, so we got a special edition tonight. E-double. You know, he wants to
Yeah.
address the wise men. He's been wanting to address the wise men. So we're gonna give him the opportunity to hold us accountable and address us. So here we are. The floor is yours.
First of all,
Yeah.
where you coming from? Chucking out the Fox house?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and Mark Mentor viewers. First, say hello. See how you do, Kirky. You don't even know how to respectfully address a brother when they come on your show. But hello,
Oh.
Kirky.
I warn you, man. I warn you that you're going to have problem coming over here. You know what I mean?
Mm.
What's going on,
So
EW?
nevertheless, if you just want to let me talk, I also want to say a little something about your show last week, where that was the show where y'all was blocking me and whatnot. Just talking about how everybody's po, we all po, everybody in here is
No,
po.
I said poor. It's a difference between
Poor.
poor and po.
But you said po, but okay, poor, whatever.
To some people, I'm rich. To the wealthy, I'm poor.
Well, I just wanted to discuss it a little bit. But first,
Okay.
a lot of your viewers, they was like, hang up on this dude, blah, blah, blah. Let me just get this straight. This is all lightweight, man. I'm just messing around with y'all, joking. We three black men kind of joking around. We got our things going. Ain't no hard feelings. Y'all, ain't nobody got to get their panties all up in a bunch. Ain't no bang, bang, gotcha,
Hey, if it was hard feelings, we wouldn't. If it was hard feelings, you wouldn't be here. Like, you can't get moist in your heart for some shit on the internet.
Exactly. I'm not getting moist. I'm just addressing that.
No, I ain't talking to you. Oh, okay.
I'm just addressing some of your viewers who might think this is like some real beef or something. Like, brother, I'm a business owner. You a business owner. Kirky Stale is a business owner. He's funny, but he.
Oh, see how you call me Kirky Stale when I just asked you for coming from chucking out the Fox house. You see how that goes, right? I know who I'm dealing with. See, here's the thing with here's the thing with guys like you. You want to throw stone and hide your hands behind your back. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't work over here, man.
I'm on your show, brother. What you talking about? Ain't nobody hiding.
What do you mean you're not hiding? Anyway, so you got a problem with me or Mark?
Nah, I don't really have a problem with you. We need to address something. We do need to clarify and address something. So we're gonna get into it. So, nevertheless, the first thing, I'll talk to you, Mark. Man, I just got a real problem when you was talking about. First of all, I don't know. What's his name? Big Vic. I don't know him from a can of paint. He's a good dude from what I see on his channel. You say he aligning himself with the wrong type of people, blah blah blah. But then y'all was like started going to people gonna come get at you in the streets. when you at a conference or you don't know this and that. Like this ain't that type of party, man. This is people box trucking and trying to make money. So why are you talking about people gonna get at you and shoot you and this, that, and the other? I just, I don't understand why you was taking it there. And then you were saying, and if they can't find you, the way y'all do it in Chicago, is you'll go get somebody that he's associated with, or if they can't find whoever it was that you had the beef with, they'll come get him. And I'm just saying, man, that's some monkey shit. Ish, excuse me, man.
No, you
don't roll like
say what
that
you
in
want.
Oakland,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
No, I'm saying you can say what you want. You want to say shit, say shit.
Oh no, well I didn't. Okay.
Go ahead. I'm letting you know. You can do it. Say what you want.
So I'm just saying, I was always taught by my mother and the code and the work and like code in the streets, man, in Oakland, man, it's like, you want to get at somebody, you go mano y mano, man. You go holler at that nigga in his face. You don't go shooting up his family because you can't find him, or shooting up his homeboy because you can't find him. Like, dude, that's why we got so much black on black crime. That's all I was trying to say to you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go around killing somebody because you can't find the op that you're really looking for. And we talking about box trucking.
Right. So I didn't everything you saying, you taking it out of context. But let's put it in context for everybody. Let's put it in context. Let's put it in context for everybody. So let me pull up some stuff real quick. And we're gonna put it in context. And then maybe you can get an understanding, because maybe you misunderstood the point. Like, he ain't never sold me nothing for me to get at him. You see what I'm saying? I was giving him advice, which you have a right to accept the advice and not accept the advice, because if people have been wronged by someone that you're aligned with, you know what I'm saying, they will hold you accountable for that. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not telling him, I never said Chicago. I'm just telling him what I know. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling him what I know. I'm not going to align myself at this point in my life with someone who's wronging people, scamming people, because guess what? If I align myself with them, I become liable for all their actions, right? Because a person who does people wrong, they move like a person who does things wrong to people. They're not going to go to the club. They're not going to put themselves in an environment where it's going to be a bunch of people, right? And they don't know who they wrong. A person who's wrong somebody, they done wrong so many people, they done forgot people they wrong. So they don't put themselves in environments where, somebody might get at them. They move like a person that's wrong people. Now, if you align yourself with a person like that and you do things right, you don't think like a person who wrongs people. You gonna move freely how you move. And this is what I was trying to tell. I didn't say I was going to get him. He ain't did shit to me. The only thing trucking out the box came was very disrespectful, right? When I was doing the show with Kirk and the box truck couple, he came on, dropped the link, all in this chat crazy. I've never mentioned this man a day in my life. Vic on that last live said, man, I told him you don't talk about him. The person he was addressing is sitting right up here on the screen right now. You come up here telling me what to tell somebody else that's sitting right there. Why you don't tell him yourself? So I got him up out of here, right? I got him up out of here. That was the first thing I addressed. The second thing I addressed was, man, the fact that people saying they have been wrong, and they did a live stream, and I was asking him, as a person who's almost 50 years old, why you continue to align yourself with someone who keeps getting called out? You got a brand. Don't you think that's detrimental to your brand? It's just like if a rapper says something and they got an endorsement deal with a large brand. When Rick Ross said something about gave us a Molly and she didn't even know it, Reebok dropped them, right? Because they don't want to be associated with someone who's rapping about date rape drugs. And you see it happen all the time. So if you got a brand, Big Vic TV, Freedom Trucking Academy, or whatever it's called, why do you consider to associate with something that's steadily being called out and not addressing it, but blocking these people that are begging, you know what I'm saying, for some type of just voice? They just want to have a voice. You wanna address us, man? I'm gonna let you address it. Shout out to the hater that's in the building that just did the dislike. And see, here's what I'm saying: you gonna have haters. We having a friendly conversation. You see what I'm saying? We having a friendly conversation, but you're gonna have haters that want to hate. So it wasn't about him. It was about the situation. I don't have an issue with him. He been sneak dissing me for the past year. And yet still when he came to Chicago, And yet still when he came to Chicago, I took him out to dinner and showed him a good time. I let all that sneak dissing shit he was doing, that shit is internet shit. I don't pay that shit no mind. He ain't did nothing to me. He ain't took no money out my pocket. He ain't harmed me or my family. All right? So I let a lot of that shit go over my head. Now, the issue that I have with him now, and I address the issue now, is because when I asked the man, what's up with the sneak diss or what's up with the T, he laughed about it and said no, but then on his next live stream, he did it again. And it was apparent. I'm the only person who talks about Final Mile, and one of the jokes he made about the long live streams, he did it again. You just said, man, you be on these long live streams. Shout out to all the creators with them long live. We ain't doing that over here. Listen, bro, you just said you don't do it. So why when I address you, you deny it, but then 2-3 days later, you throw a stone and then you hide your hand. To me, that's whole shit. You dig what I'm saying? Because if I address you as a man, only thing he had to say, man, Mark, this the internet. It's light, man. It's just, some human, man. It ain't nothing, bro. Do your thing. I would have took it like it is because I ain't said nothing all this time. That's why I left it alone that day. But then to go 3 days later, you dig what I'm saying? After you don't give me professional courtesy, right? And then diss me simultaneously while I'm on live after you just said you're not doing it, to me, that's whole shit. And you from Oakland.
Well, yeah.
All right.
So I see a couple things here. One, I didn't see all that get addressed during your live cast or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I kept saying in your chat was, like your channel is about business and box trucking. You should probably like go offline and have this discussion with that man, because we don't, as an audience, we don't know half the stuff that you're talking about.
It wasn't on my channel though. That didn't happen on my channel. That didn't happen on my channel.
No, I'm saying the arguing back and forth when I first got in there, and I was like, yo, like, why would you go after somebody else? And
when you first got in where?
Or telling him people be looking for you and they gonna go after
that.
You. So
that wasn't on my channel. That live wasn't.
You should handle that offline.
That wasn't hosted on my channel. That wasn't my live.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
That's when I first came on. That's when he was on your channel, and I first came on there.
That wasn't a live host. Listen, you looking at a replay. That was a live that was hosted on Kirk's channel. That wasn't on my channel.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Comments and
you were in the comment section going off. You went in the comment section. I'm finna pull it up. You went in the comment section and told me I'm the reason why all the murders is going on in Chicago, and that's a goddamn lie.
Not you personally. I'm saying that thought process, that mentality.
So the mentality,
it's like a never-ending cycle.
So let me explain something to you. The mentality that I was telling him is by aligning with somebody who does wrong, you can bear the brunt of what they do to people. It happens every day. I've had family members this happened to. I got homies that it's happened to. If you move correct, but you align yourself and you running with somebody who out in the streets robbing people, and they catch you, they're going to catch you and send a message. The person who robbing people moves like a person who rob people. A person who don't rob people that's running around with a person who robs people, they move like a person who don't rob people. So whether it's box trucking or not, here's the thing. You don't know who getting stuck up. You don't know who buying these courses. You don't know who buying these mentorships. You don't know that. That's the point. You don't know the individual that's on the other side of that credit card transaction and how they feel if they feel like they've been wrong. You don't know what type of cloth or what type of background they come from. The mentality that I'm trying to display to him to think about is what keeps me safe and what's kept me alive for 43 years. I don't go cause harm to nobody, but this mentality is what keeps me safe. Why? Because having this mentality, it puts me in a position, it makes me not want to align with people who are out here doing wrong. Man, so-and-so sticking people up, carjacking people, robbing people, scamming, cracking cards. I'm not going to go run with somebody that's cracking cards. Why? Because I like to move around. I don't want to be looking over my shoulders, even though I do because I live in Chicago and that's just innate in me. It's just how I was raised. But I don't want to have to do it, right? Because I'm out here wronging people. And I don't want to have to do it because I'm running with people who are wronging people. All right? So it ain't a mentality of a negative mentality. It's being a product of your environment, and that mindset keeps me safe. You looked at it the wrong way.
Okay.
You looked at it the wrong way. You know how many homies I grew up with that's out here still doing dirt? You know how many friends I run with in my city? They all work. The friends that still doing dirt, I don't align myself with them no more. I've been let them go.
Okay, I hear you. I mean, and that's why I addressed it. You know, I ain't the type of person to be all on somebody else's channel, you know, having discussions about you. I mean, when I like I said, I don't know no old boy from a can of paint.
See, you got to put it into context. We wasn't on the channel. He told Kirk to drop the link. He came up on Kirk's channel. Okay. He publicly clicked the link and came up.
I got you. Okay, we good with that. I hear everything that you're saying, with what you're saying, and where you coming from. We good on that. And that's why I'm addressing you directly instead of talking to 5-6 other people about something I heard you say. So I'm glad you had to come on for that. Now we good. All right.
I'm good either way. You wanted to talk, we talking. But I'm glad you got some clarity on the conversation we had. And, you know, I'm glad the context that I met it in, you understand now the context that I met it in. It wasn't because I never said we going to do this or we going to do that because he never did nothing to me. I was basically said, look, you know, you an older gentleman and this person is steady being called out for wronging people. Do you think it's wise to continue to align yourself with that as an older gentleman plus a person who's building a brand? He stood firm on that ain't got nothing to do with me. I gave him an example of, it doesn't have nothing directly to do with you, but the same example I just gave you now, you saying the street shit, they ain't got shit to do with the street, but guess what? It might be a street person who been wrong and they got a street mentality. Person that got a street mentality, they gonna run their business like the street. They been wronged. Period. They don't care if you've been wronged in the street. My money is my money, and you took advantage of me, and I'm who I am, and I gotta stand on business. So you don't know the other person on the side of that credit card transaction and what they willing to do.
I understand what you're saying. I think we all understand and what you're saying, where you're coming from. I think we all old enough, and I think we have similar backgrounds to really understand what you're talking about. So we good there.
Okay.
All right. And like I said, I mean, this is lightweight. This ain't no real beef. You see, I give you thumbs up. I support your channel. I give you super chats. I've been watching you for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate you. And I appreciate you.
Watching your channel, trying to learn how to get rich. We gonna come back to that. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know about box trucking. You know about economies. You know about, you know, different world events that affect, you know, local and micro events. So I respect that. I understand where you're coming from.
Appreciate it.
So yeah, Kirky, man.
You say you got an issue with me, man. So what's the issue with me? You said in the live stream. You said in the live stream that I shouldn't give Vic any advice.
Yeah, well, you was talking about, you know, like, oh, be careful. You got these corporate sponsorships. They look at your channel, blah blah blah. That man should be able to say whatever he want to say. He's been around for a while to know what to align himself with, this, that, the other. You was basically suggesting to him that he tap dance for some corporate sponsorship. And I'm like, look, dude, he ain't got to tap dance as a black man. He can say what he want to say, do what he want to do. And it is what it is. I mean, Mark then got into all types of different verbal scuffles with people. And now you got, what's that company name you brought on a couple weeks ago?
Rock Financial.
There you go. So you got Rock Financial that you're working with now, but you done, got into some verbal scuffles with different people and whatnot. Man, it's your business. I remember you was like, man, I don't need no money from nobody. I don't need no financial sponsorships or corporate sponsorships or anything like that. But you doing business with folks, and all I'm saying is you were suggesting to that man that he be careful of what he say and do based
Hold on a
upon
minute. Hold
what
on a
some
minute. Hold on a minute. You're
corporation
saying
might.
Let him finish, Kurt. Let him finish. Let him just get
no,
his
no,
thoughts
wait.
out.
You said that I said I don't want any corporate, or Mark?
He's saying you.
Mark has said he don't need or want any type of corporate sponsorships or anything like that, and that's
Right.
all well and good. But he says what he wants to say. He says what he means. He don't hold nothing back. Excuse me, I got a bad cold, man. But despite all that, you working with a corporation. You know, but you ain't
Okay.
holding your tongue
So
and you tap dancing. Mark is not holding his tongue. Mark is not tap dancing. And all I'm saying to you, Kurt, is why would you tell him to tap dance and watch what he's saying and doing? Because companies look at your page and see what you into. Like, you are who you are.
okay.
If you
So
set up to get corporate sponsorships, then you set up your channel that way. But if you just somebody that's trying to be real and you giving information, then do that. Be you.
all right.
Don't
Did
tell
you
that
know
man
that?
because of some Caucasian folks.
All right. Did you know that Vic is being sponsored by DAT? Do you know that they fly him
Yeah,
out? Okay.
yeah.
So what you're reference to again, and the content that you're taking it out of, I'm saying to Vic, as a business person who are making move with big corporation, why would you want to align yourself again with people that are associated with being called a scammer? That's what I was telling Vic. Go back and watch it live. I didn't tell him that he can't say what he want to say. I never tell him he can't move it who he wants to move it. I'm just trying to let him understand that when you move on a certain level, you have to align yourself with the level that you move on. You get what I'm saying? And if he wants to stay and do business with people, like someone said in the comment section, guilty by association. If he want to be guilty by association, that's fine and dandy. You get what I'm saying? But I'm advising him as a businessman, from a businessman to a businessman. I've sit in corporation meeting when there's $5 million on the table, and them folks say they gotta have 14 trucks per route, or whatever. You can't be associated with certain things. That's all I was telling him. You get what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying, but that's not true either. Because corporations, they
Here's
get
the
mad.
thing. Here's the thing with. Hold on a minute. Here's the thing with our community. Y'all wanna have your ham sandwich and eat it. It doesn't work like that. You get what I'm saying? And I don't see why people like you and other people can't see this. If Mark is telling him, don't align with certain people, that's all we're telling you. Don't align with certain people. Even Chris came on the live with me and Mark and said that, yes, I'm guilty by association. He keeps saying that what they got going on over there as if that's a whole different country, a whole different island. I don't care who he wants to associate himself with.
So listen, you singing to the choir on that one because I can what they want to do, say what they wish, and they got corporate sponsorships, and you talking about you done sat down at the table with people with $5 million in deals and whatnot, bro. I don't know about that, but
Let me
you
ask
don't
you a
have to
question.
tap dance, man.
Hold on a minute. Let me ask you a
You
question.
want
You
to
are
be
investor. You say you're a real estate
you want to
investor.
be a black
Hold
man,
on a minute. Hold
a
on a
black
minute.
man. Let me tell you something.
Hold on a minute.
An
You say
American
you're a real
descendant of
estate
slaves.
investor.
let me tell you. I'm gonna let you talk. Let me talk.
All right.
An American descendant of slaves, a black man who's born and raised in America, who is a descendant of slaves, man, we the most sought after, the most charismatic, the smoothest. We set all the trends, bro. We don't have to step on. We don't have to worry about tip tap.
I'm not talking about none of that stuff. I'm asking you a question. You are an investor.
You warning him about who he need to be associated with. You don't have to worry about that. That man is.
I did that.
Doing his thing. He got
but
OTR. He got DAT. He got ELD motive.
Let me ask you a question.
Hold on. I did that, and I did that as a professional courtesy because listen. When I sit down and I break bread with you, I don't sit down and break bread with anybody. So when he hit me up and he said he was coming through the city, I said, all right. It was short notice. I went, I met. We sat for 3.5 hours and we ate and we talked. So I have a respect. We didn't what?
Y'all didn't get all the miscommunication straight at that dinner?
Listen, I didn't bring none of that up. Why? Because it wasn't nothing. Listen, man, Vic been sneak dissing me since last year. I ain't never sneak dissed that, man. I ain't never responded to that shit. You know why? I don't have to. You see what I'm saying? Because my information speaks for itself. Last year, I had a few people coming at me. Why? Because last year was a bunch of fuck shit going on in this box truck space on YouTube. You had a bunch of people trying to push content out, and 98% of them, 99% of them didn't know what the hell they was talking about. And it's clear and obvious now. It's clear and obvious now who knows what they talking about, who don't. I don't have to go back and forth and respond to every single sneak diss somebody though. I'm a big dog.
Okay.
I'm a big dog. Right. I don't have to respond to little bitty jabs. If every single jab, I got other shit to do. Hey, little jab. What is strange to me now is when I addressed it last year and I addressed it again a few weeks ago, he said no. Even though I knew it was for me, because I'm not stupid by a long shot. So when he said no the second time and you watched that video, I moved past it. But then 3 days later, he came back and directly did it again. So now I'm looking at you like I asked you last year on the live stream. And I asked you this year on the live stream and you say no. But then 3 days later, you do a live stream and you throw a jab at me that you kind of threw a little lighthearted joke on the live stream we had with Kurt. And then you throw a Final Mile joke about the refrigerators. You see what I'm saying? I'm the only person who talks about Final Mile, bro. I'm the only person who does live streams in the box truck community for 3 and 4 hours that he threw a jab at, which was lighthearted when we had the stream to turn around and do it. And my live had ended. He did a live simultaneously while I was doing the live. Everybody knows I do my live every Thursday at 7. So I didn't even get professional courtesy, which is fine too. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. But once my live ended and I went over there and I heard him talking about me, I went and I said, drop the link. I'm not no hoe. I ain't no hoe ass nigga. You see what I'm saying? He ignored me saying drop the link. And there was people in here that came in the next live and said, man, you see he ignored when you said it. Right? Because you want to sit up and talk about me, but then when I say drop the link, you don't want to address it straight up. That's hoe shit to me. So now I'm saying this hoe shit. Because I've questioned it twice and you said no to turn around and go do it again. Like you throw stones and hold your hand. Then when a man addresses you through the internet, like nigga, I ain't right up in front of you. I can't reach right out, put my hand around your neck. All you had to say was, man, yeah, it was lighthearted, Mark. You know, man, it's the internet, man. You gotta put some humor into it. It's friendly competition. I would have threw that shit off. Just like I've been blowing it off. You see what I'm saying? But when I ask you about it and you can't just at least come with that and then turn around and do it, to me, man, that's whole shit, bro. So, you know, and I still ain't really, because I ain't really with that back and forth on that light shit. But here's the thing. If you do it, you better be prepared for the wrath. And I just ain't ready to unleash the wrath because it ain't really nothing to unleash it for. People know what it is. Information is information. People know I got the good information. You see what I'm saying? So
You
I'm a big dog.
you
I ain't gotta play them type of games.
you you said that you don't know Vic.
I hear what you're saying.
You say you don't know Vic and you just watch his content. But the way you talk, it seems like the way you take stuff personal because one of the things that you said on Vic Live the other day that you went to battle for him. You get what I'm saying? So you're saying that you
Man,
don't know him,
that ain't that
but
serious,
why there's
bro.
so
I
much
went to bat. I
loyalty?
said I went to bat. I
But
said I
He
why
went
said he
to
there's
went
bat.
to.
so much but why there's so much loyalty for a guy that you don't even know?
That ain't loyalty. Just saying you went to bat for somebody. It's like, yo, I
You
said a couple
said,
good things about
Mark,
you. That
Mark,
that ain't that serious.
Yeah.
you said that you went to bat for him, and Mark and Kirky still want you to come on the live. That sounds like it's more than just a viewer.
And I said you want to come on the live as well. So like whatever, I didn't understand what the. I always thought last year. I always thought he was addressing another person out of Chicago. This big in the box trucks, not you. So I was like, you want to come on there when I come on there, and we could all chop it up. It ain't that serious, bro.
But my thing
It's
is,
not
you
that
is
serious.
a
Now if I said,
subscriber.
now listen to me, Kirk. If I
Mm-hmm.
said, yeah, I rolled up on that nigga Kirky and stepped to him, and I was like, what's up, nigga? And he bitched out, then we talking some real shit. But if I'm just like, I went to bat for you, nigga, that's light talk. That's just whatever.
But the
That's
point of
just
the matter, what I'm trying to say is, use a subscribers, and you said that you don't know him. But all the stuff that we talking
no, I don't.
about
We
in terms,
brother. We live close to each other. We got the North Carolina thing in common. I now live in North Carolina.
right? So
That's it.
you're showing a
He
fan
actually
base
he
based
actually
on.
gave me
Hold on a
enough
minute.
information.
Hold on a minute. You're showing a fan base due to the fact that you're from North Carolina. That's where the support coming from.
Support because I'm from North Carolina. We both live in North Carolina.
Isn't that what you just said?
I don't. I said that's the extent of any type of commonality or any type of loyalty. It ain't that deep, bro. I've never seen that man face to face. We actually go to the same Amazon fulfillment centers, and I've never seen him face to face. But
But the
it
way
ain't
you're
that serious.
defending him, it sounds like you know him personal. That's what I'm saying.
It don't sound like I know him personally.
Of course it does.
Somebody took a little screenshot. He knows who I am, and I know who he is. And that'd be like me sending somebody a screenshot saying, "Yeah, I was hollering at my man Mark the other day on his live cast. We was chopping it up." That's the extent of what we know each other. That's the extent of what we've ever seen of each other. But if you want to take it like, oh, we boys and we go way back, then that's on you.
That's how
I
you
mean,
let it
it ain't
sound.
that serious,
Because you
huh?
called me Kirky Stale. You said Kirky Stale in the
Some of the
comment
shit
that
you
you leave.
say is stale. Some of the shit you say is stale, and we about to address that too. And I hope we come out of this conversation and I can call you Kirky Fresh.
I don't care what you want to talk to me or what you want to call me. You really
We
think
gonna
I
address
care
it,
what you
bro.
want to call me?
I asked you, bring me on and we can address it. So Mark
Right.
brought me on
So
and we
so
can
so
address it. And I'll tell you
so
why I
let's.
call you Kirky Stale.
I don't care why you want to call me Kirky Stale.
Go ahead, address
Then
it.
why
Get
you
it out the
on
way.
here?
You get what I'm saying? You can tell me why you call me
Then why
Kirky
you on
Stale.
here?
I don't care.
Then why you on here?
Because you
I'm
say
just
you
having a
want
light
you
conversation,
want to
bro.
talk to all three of us.
Huh?
You say you want to you want to have a conversation with all three of us. So I'm here.
Okay. So let's have a conversation.
Mm-hmm. Why you call me Kirky
Okay.
Stale?
Reason I call you Kirky Stale is because some of the stuff you say is stale or it's foul.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like what?
I'm
Like
gonna
what?
get at it. My
Like
wife,
what? Like
my
what?
wife was actually the first one to point it out to me. And I was
I
like,
don't give
ah,
a
no, I
shit.
don't
I
think
don't
it's
give
like
a shit
that.
about your wife. So don't tell me about your wife. I don't care what
Oh,
your wife
easy,
said.
easy,
I'm talking about
easy,
what
easy,
you
bro.
said.
Easy.
Don't
I'm
tell me
just
to
pointing out a
easy. I'm
fact.
talking about you. What
You
did
get
you?
you, bruh. Listen to me. We being cordial. We being professional.
I'm
I'm just
asking you
happy.
what
I'm just
you gotta
mentioning
say.
the
I
fact.
don't.
You gonna let me talk?
Hold
All
on,
right. So
hold on, hold on.
tell me
Let me
why you
let him
call me
let
Kirky
let let,
Stale.
let him talk, Kirk.
All right. My wife was the first one to point it out to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started seeing comments in the sections or section or comments in the comment section, people always like, yeah, this dude Kirk, he a sellout. This dude Kirk, he hate black people. This dude Kirk. I'm like, what? Hate black people? And I'm so, oh, I see what you're saying. When you start saying stuff like the cuz and the cuz and the cuz when you roll up and you try to give people advice and the cuz want to buy the such and such car, and you talking about black people, one minute you talking
So
about
isn't
black
that a
people,
fact?
like,
Isn't that a fact or
listen
not?
to me. Hear
When
me
y'all
out.
buy your
Hear me out.
Hellcat, you don't call your cuz and say, cuz, what's good? You know what I get today, cuz? A Hellcat. That's not how the hood talk.
That ain't what we talk about.
No, that's not what we're talking
Poor
about.
financial
So your
decisions
wife on the
made
comment
by
section, but
my
what you have
people.
to
My
say?
people make poor financial decisions, and that's what you talking about. Let's keep it real, bruh.
Okay.
So let me talk.
So what's
Let
wrong
me
about
talk
what
while
I
you
say
cut
about
me
that?
off. I'm gonna let you
Oh,
talk.
let me mediate this real quick. Let him talk, Kirk. Just let him talk. Eat a gas, let him talk. Then you can respond. Just let him get his thoughts off.
And then you can talk, and I won't cut you off. So when you say things like that, myself, other people in your chat that watch the channel, what they hear is this guy from the islands, just like many Africans. They come over here and they got words for us like kafa and ongu, and what that means is like house nigga. Africans and Jamaicans tend to look down on the black people who were brought here as slaves, and that's why I have a problem. Let me continue and let me finish, and then you can talk, bruh. And Mark, you a business owner, so you have an idea of what this is like. If for generations you had a business and your biggest cost, which is labor, was free, i.e. slavery, and for generations you got slaves building up your wealth, building up your generational wealth, building up companies, building up cities, building up this entire country on our backs, on our blood, on our tears, on our sweat. And then y'all sit over in Africa or whatever, Jamaica, and you look with your telescope and you like, oh yeah, it ain't about time for us to come yet. And we building this country up to make it the most infamous, the most powerful, the richest country in the world. And then y'all want to come over here and then y'all taking scholarships, y'all taking grants, y'all getting all up in college, you taking Section 8, you taking food stamps, you taking all these benefits that's meant for black people who have been shit on for generations and systematically held down. And then you turn around and you want to be one of the bruhs, and then you turn around and talking about, oh, they the cuz, they stupid, they lazy, they dumb, they this, that, and the other. Niggas ain't shit, basically. You look down on us and you got different names for us. I have a problem with that. So when you say stuff like the cuz and they buy the Hellcats and the blah, 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 it sounds to me like you making reference to the ignorant and the poor decision-making processes that many black people have. And that is a mentality that goes back since the days of slavery, bro. We came out of slavery, we went in Jim Crow. And when we went into Jim Crow, or excuse me, we went into sharecropping, where we were still basically in slavery. Then we went into Jim Crow, where everything was separate and it was not equal. Then we came in a few years later, and then we went into redlining. Every major city got streets called Martin Luther King and Malcolm X that's split, that's gerrymandered, that's splitting up cities, and the equity that's not equally shared. And we still getting shit on systematically. You
Let
got
me ask
Black
you a
Wall
question.
Street.
Let him
Nigga,
finish. Let him finish.
We was coming up, and we was bombed from the air. In other words, the government was constantly trying to shit on us, hold us down. We trying to come up, and then here we are traumatized in 2023, and we get two nickels to rub together and we buy a Hellcat or a Cadillac. And then you come from another, place, and you talking down on us, bruh. What you need to do is you need to bow down. You need to have some respect. You need to say, you know what? Thank you, black man. Thank you, American descendant of
Yeah,
slaves, for
that's not gonna
doing what you
happen.
did, and then have some respect and be like, instead of doing it that way, do it this way. Let me help you out.
Let me ask you a question. In high numbers, who's running in stores today, stealing clothes out of stores? Black, Jamaicans, or
Where you
Asian,
think it
or
comes from?
Mexican? Hold on a minute. In high record numbers today, we just have a looting in Philadelphia. Who is doing that in high record? Jamaicans, Asian, Africans, or Americans? Who is doing that?
Why do
I'm
you
asking you
think
a
that it's that way?
question. I don't want to know why I
It's
think. I'm
American.
asking you.
It's American descendants of slaves. Now let me ask you this:
Hold on a
why
minute.
do
Hold
you
on a
think it's
minute.
that way?
Sir.
Why do you think it's that way?
Sir, answer the question. Is it Americans or any other ethnic group?
Oh, it's Americans.
All
But
right,
why do
stop
you
right
think
there.
it's that way?
Stop right there. When the pandemic
But
money
I just saw a video
minute.
today with some Jamaicans.
Bro, hold on a
I just
minute.
saw a
I'll
video
let you
today
talk.
with some Jamaicans with
I'll
a
let you
Jamaican
talk.
flag running out of a Walgreens in San
I'll
Francisco.
let
So
you
they talking
talk.
about shutting down Walgreens. So
I'll let you
it's
talk.
pretty much everybody, but mostly, yes, it's
Listen.
us. It's us. But you have to ask yourself why.
Hold on a minute. In the pandemic, there was a lot of money given out. Correct? You just talk about slavery.
Yeah.
A lot of people lied and get the money. A lot of people lied. There's stories all over. Lied and get the money. Even one guy famously from Atlanta that was on a TV show lied and get money from his trucking company. What do y'all do with the money when you lied and get it? You don't invest it. You don't look and say that the white man enslaved us. We get all this money from the pandemic. Let's invest it in something good. What do? Y'all buy watches, cars.
Box trucks. They bought box trucks.
So the point that I'm
bro.
trying to say is that y'all don't like to be corrected.
Did you hear the answer?
Y'all don't like to be corrected. You gotta let me talk, man.
A lot of them
you gotta let me talk.
That's why the market got flooded.
But here's the thing. Who sold them the dream? Who sold them the dream on them box trucks?
Hold on, Mark. Don't go there yet, Mark.
No, I'm not defending I'm not defending
Mark, you're going too fast.
that whole.
We did.
Hold on. The whole Jamaican American, I ain't in that. I ain't got shit to do with that.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Wait. The number one community that was ripped off was the black community in the pandemic. Who ripped them off? Was it Asian, Americans, or Jamaicans?
Who ripped them off? Americans.
Who sell them the most lie in the black community?
What?
Who sell the most lie in the black community?
You know who Lyndon B. Johnson is? Kirk, do you know who Lyndon B. Johnson is?
I needed to answer the question.
I just gave you the answer. I said America, the United States of America.
No.
You know
what group of Americans ripped them off? You got to answer the question.
The United States of America ripped us off. Are you familiar with Cloward Piven?
Man, you just want to talk, man. You're right.
No,
you should listen to the comment section of your wife. That's where you should stay.
I just answered.
You're not trying to have a conversation.
You want me to say some stupid shit, and I'm giving you the correct answer.
No, because even the other day, Antoine Daniel did a live stream where he was talking about the number of Hellcat that was repossessed by black people. You see what I'm saying? So when I'm telling you guys, when I'm talking about growing finance, check this out, man. No, wait a minute. When I'm talking about finance, right? I'm not saying that black American does not have finance, because a lot of black people do not have finance. And the reason why they don't have finance is because every time they get money, they use it for stupid shit. Like an Hellcat car, Louis Vuitton. They go to all Miami. They go all over these places. You get what I'm saying? And all I'm saying to you is that if your community...
No, I don't. I don't.
We had this conversation already.
We talked about this already, man. We ain't going.
The fact is, more businesses were started, more box truck businesses were started in the pandemic times than ever before. Why?
Where those box truck businesses go?
Hold on, Kurt. Hold on,
money and they invested it. That's the answer.
Hold on, Kurt.
That's the answer.
But here's the thing, though,
and I listen. Oh, everybody got PPP loans and bought Hellcats. No, most people started businesses, bruh.
I'm gonna say this. We had this conversation. You probably didn't watch that episode, but I already held Kirk accountable for that. All right, I already held Kirk accountable. You know,
but he brings it up. I ain't bring that up.
I'm on your side with this. You know what I'm saying? Because I already held Kirk accountable. I don't want to. I don't want to go down that, because it's not a slippery slope. But I don't want to change the mood to a racial thing. It's okay if I say that to black people because I'm a black American. I can hold my people accountable.
Exactly.
When Kirk says it, people feel a little offended, and I explain to him why they feel offended. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
We've had this conversation. Kirk feels the way he feels, but
my views and opinion is not going to change. I'm
he
not
has
an American by birth. I'm an American by naturalization.
He has his views, and he's okay to have his views. But this is why I don't want to go down this path because it ain't gonna never end.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Kirk been cool for the past couple weeks since we had that conversation. I don't want to rehatch. Right. You know that. You know I want to keep it box trucking. I want to keep content based around box trucking. Even this content is based around box trucking. To an extent, it's content. I think people can learn. It's three black men having a conversation, but we had that conversation. I held them accountable for that. You know, so I'm gonna hold my. I'm gonna actually. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, E-Dub. Hold on. Yeah. Hold on. Let E-Dub. What'd you say, E-Dub?
Yeah, I actually saw that episode, and so why you keep saying doing the cuz thing, like, bro, respectfully, we just asking you stop. Don't do that. Like, like that's like a white homeboy talking about nigga. Like you can't.
Let me ask you this though about the cuz thing. I know you from Oakland, and I see you with the red shirt. Is it the cuz because he's that's the
49er fan?
Okay,
that's because I'm a 49er fan.
I didn't know if you had another affiliation. You didn't, you know, the cuz.
Let me ask you a question.
He don't know what cuz mean. He don't know what cuz mean. I know what it means. I know you know what it means.
Yeah, in the Bay Area though, for the most part, we hustlers. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. We ain't big in the Crips and Bloods. We never have been. I mean, it's next door to us, but we just. I mean, we got Bloods and Crips and you know MS-13s and all that in the Bay Area, but for the most part, it ain't like LA. We independent hustlers. Like we all about neighborhoods and family, and like that's how we get down. We don't get down too much with the Crips and the Bloods in the Bay Area.
Okay, I was just making sure it didn't have nothing to do with that. All right, bet.
You see the Niners whoop that ass?
I don't even pay attention to that shit. I don't watch football. I do if it's something.
No, that's why you be putting your live cast on during football.
Yeah, because I don't care about that shit. They making money. You see what I'm saying? And guess what they doing? Most football players is check this out. Check this out. Most football players is broke when they retire.
You're right.
Most football players is broke. We had that conversation the other day. So
so check this out. Let's use that.
Shout out for the super chat
into this third issue.
Yeah.
All right. So maybe it's just a matter of.
I still want to ask you a question though.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You said that when I say certain things on my channel, it's very offensive. And you said that.
I've never seen your channel. I'm talking about when you're on Mark's channel. I've never been on your channel. I didn't even know you had a channel.
Okay, so you said that I said things that is offensive, right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. Hear me out. But the things that I say, even though they're offensive, are they true or are I'm lying?
It's partially true. But if you let me talk, I can explain to you and I can tell you how it's only partially true. You can I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Do you know who Lyndon B. Johnson is? Kurt, do you know who Lyndon B. Johnson is?
No. It's the 36th president, Kurt.
Exactly. President of the United States.
Right.
He introduced the welfare system with the intent on giving black women financial benefits with the stipulation that you can't have a black man living with you or be married to one. So they were systematically breaking up the black family. That's where welfare came in. And it was supposed to be temporary, but it wasn't. It's here to this day. So Section 8, food stamps, WIC, all the milk stuff, the PPP loans, that was for everybody, but really it was meant for black people. That was systematically done, bruh, to hold us down. It was systematically done to change your mindset to be somebody that would depend on the government instead of nigga grabbing your nuts and starting a business like box trucking or like getting into real estate or getting into trading currencies or anything like buying storage facilities and things like that. It was to keep you wanting and hanging on to the teeth of the government. That president started that, and it was done systematically to us. So then you come and you say, well, what did they do with the PPPs? Well, when you give a little bit of food to somebody that's been starving for decades, they're going to act like a starving hyena. They're going to do stupid shit. They're going to eat it all at once and probably hurt themselves. Or they're going to go out and buy Escalades and Dodge Chargers and Hellcats. That's what they do. But it was done to us systematically. It was done to us on purpose. And then they've given us benefits like grants and things where you can have scholarships and go to college. And what happens is Africans, Jamaicans, Asians, they come from other countries. They check off the box that they one of us, and they take advantage of that. And now they moving into the 1%. And then you turn around and you call us Ingoys and Unkufus and like house niggas. You got names for us, but you sitting here acting like you one of us. But then you take our benefits and then you laugh at us or you talk down on us. And everybody probably in the chat knows some type of African or is running into some type of African or Jamaican that has treated them like like you white and we niggas. We still slaves.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Country that we built, bruh.
We talk about that.
This country wouldn't be shit if it wasn't for us. Do you understand
hold on a minute.
that?
Hold on a minute.
We talked about that. I've talked about my experiences with Africans and how they mistreat us, and they they think they're better than Black Americans.
But let me make.
Oh, you went to Howard? You went to Howard? Okay.
Let me make this clear before you move forward.
Howard's campus.
All right. Let me make this clear. When I came to America, all of that benefit that you're talking about. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. Let me answer one little part of what you say. When I came to America, I did not benefit from none of that stuff you're talking about. You get what I'm saying?
You drive on paved streets. You drive on paved streets. All these companies that you drive for, these companies that got the millions and the billions of dollars to pay for shipping and whatnot.
What he's saying, Kurt, is that we had this conversation. Wealth. So basically, Kurt, what he's saying is the conversation we had.
Let's move on. Let's move on. This whole conversation between
I've been trying to move on, but here's the thing. Here's
the thing. 49% of America, 49% of the Black community are doing 51% of the Black community harm. You get what I'm saying?
Listen, man, don't throw out numbers that you ain't qualified to throw out.
All right, man. Let's go, man.
To have this conversation, don't have it.
You want to have a conversation, or you want to just tell me? You want to talk?
Here's the thing. Hold on. I got to interject.
Your numbers are wrong.
I got to interject. I got to interject. Because see, this is a touchy. It's a touchy.
I'm like Mark. I know numbers. I know statistics. I know history. Bruh, if you ain't built for this conversation, just say, hey, I don't want to do that.
I'm saying to you that you're saying that
respect where you are and who built it.
You're saying that, listen, you're saying that us,
listen, the longer you have this conversation with me, the more damage you doing to your own channel.
The longer I have this conversation
with you, I'm going to prove you wrong. I can't even see the chat, but I guarantee you people is like, yo, Kirk, stand down. You don't know what you're talking about in this arena. Let it go. I'm trying to let it go, bro. Listen to this.
You just said that immigrants come to this country, right? Come to this country and get scholarship and all of that. Who's giving all the scholarship? Is it they're getting the scholarship or corporate America giving them the scholarship?
The same people that put us in slavery is giving out the scholarships.
I mean that they don't mean. I mean that means that it may be something y'all ain't doing right. If they're investing in other people's culture, then maybe it's something y'all ain't doing right. Maybe y'all ain't holding each other accountable. Maybe y'all ain't. Maybe that's slavery. Maybe that victim mindset like what you got. Maybe that's the problem.
Say what?
You ever think about that?
No, what did you say?
I said, maybe because of that victim mindset that like people like you got towards being an American, maybe that's the reason why they're investing in other culture. You ever think about that?
So yes, I've thought about that, and I don't have a victim mindset. I've been a millionaire. I've been a multi-millionaire. I got the blueprint, bro, to do it over and over again and teach my brothers and sisters how to do it, and not
All
be
right,
calling
man.
them cuz and dumbass niggas in the hood that want to buy Escalades and whatnot. So that's where I'm coming from.
All right,
All right, man.
let's move on. Let's move on.
Come on,
This
bro.
this
You're right,
conversation,
man. You're right. You win this battle.
All I'm saying, Kurt, is understand that
I
there are
understand
things you don't
everything.
understand. There's things you don't understand. Just listen. There's things that you don't understand because you're 40 some years old. You've been in this country for one generation. Just respect that. Get educated. Pick up some books. Learn before you open your mouth and put your foot in your mouth and talk shit and hurt yourself. Because there are
Okay.
people who look at your channel and they listen to
You
your
notice I talk
ignorance
shit and
and
I'm not where
they
half of the
disliking
American
you.
people are? You notice I talk a lot of shit and I'm
What?
not where they are? You notice I talk a lot
What?
of shit.
let's move on.
I'm not where they are.
All right.
Chill
You
out.
said talk a lot of
Yeah.
shit. So you
Yo,
notice I
yo,
talk a
yo,
lot of shit.
I'm
yo,
warned you.
yo.
I'm warned you.
Wait
But
a
let's
minute.
move on.
Let's
I
move
gotta
on,
find
man.
the button. I
All
gotta
right,
find
you
the
know what I
Let's
button.
mean?
move on.
Hold on.
Let's move on.
Yo, let's move on,
man.
cause
Let's
this
change the
shit ain't
conversation,
going.
man.
This shit ain't going. It ain't going. It's just not gonna go
Because you ain't
nowhere.
going to win with me. Because
It's
my
not being
views on
productive.
shit.
Ho. We already had this conversation.
All right, man. Let's go, man.
It ain't productive. Let's move on.
What's next?
I think
E
Mark
double.
and I have had ample opportunity to address it. We have addressed it. You still think what you think. So let's
Yes,
move on
clearly you have
before
an
you
issue
put
with
your
me. You leave
foot
it
in
in the
your mouth.
comment section. And I don't give a shit.
No, we don't have an issue with you.
Kurt,
It's
this is why I
not
say
you
this
personally,
is.
man. It's your
But
mindset.
Kurt, this
It's
is
your
why
And
mindset
my
and your
when we
mindset is
mentality.
not going to change.
I got a
but
whole lot of African folks that I'm cool
You
with
the one who
that
came in the
understand the
live last
black
week
man's
was telling
plight.
black people to buy a house with their trucking company. You the one that
So
tell them
let's
that.
get there. Let's go there.
let's
So
let,
let's
let's
go
go
there.
there. Let's go there. Let's go there. Let's go there.
Yep.
But you
Please.
telling me that I'm telling them,
Please,
Nice
calling them
transition.
all type of names.
Nice
So you
transition.
leading them over the
Nice
bridge.
transition.
Let's go there, man. Please. Let's go to
Calm
the
down.
buy the house. Let's buy
Calm
the
down.
house. Let's talk about the house.
Calm
Man,
down.
you goofy as hell, man.
Calm
You
down,
goofy.
Cookie Fresh.
You goofy, bro. You goofy as hell, man.
Whoa. Calm down, Cookie Fresh.
You better don't let me catch you in North Carolina because the armor gonna come out.
Oh man.
Come on, man. Hey. Look here, man.
Talk to me about the
I'm
house.
looking in your eyes.
House with a truck.
I'm looking in your eyes. You ain't no killer, bruh. Stop that. Look in my eyes. You ain't no
We
killer,
ain't
bro.
gonna talk about who's killer on the internet.
You ain't.
Just come and
Bruh.
talk about the house and the truck.
You ain't gotta be on the internet.
You ain't gonna bait me into
CLT5. You
telling
can
me.
find me there 4 days a week, 4 nights a week.
See, you start to talk
CLT5.
white
You can find
now.
me
You
there
start
4
to
nights a
talk
week.
white now. See, you thought
Yo,
you know
You can find me at CLT5. And those who
let,
don't
let,
know.
let's talk about this house, man. Let's talk about
about
buying
the
the
house.
house
Let's do that.
with your box
Let's
truck
do that. Let's do
business.
that. So, anyways,
Go.
how old are you? How old are you, Kurt?
Me,
How
I'm
old are you,
25, man. I'm 25.
Oh,
He 40. He
so young.
43,
So
man.
when
He
we was about in
43.
diapers.
He
So,
43.
okay.
He 43, man.
Oh, you 43? Okay. So
Yeah.
in 2004, bro, I bought my first house from the courthouse steps. Yep, I read Rich Dad Poor Dad and about 20 other of his books, and good night, a plethora of financial and investment and real estate books. And what I was saying, I wasn't saying buy a house that you live in through your box truck company. What I was saying is you can use that LLC to buy an investment property, because your corporation is what a LLC is. You can get a lot more credit through a business than you can personally. It doesn't show up on the personal side if you go through the right banks, and you get way more funding, is what I was saying. Now, it's as simple as this. It's as simple as this. Here's the mindset.
Go ahead.
If you got a monthly budget or your expenses total $2,000, and you buy a rental home that is kicking out $600 in monthly cash flow, how many houses does it take for you to not have to work anymore?
Say that
Mark,
number again.
Sharp with the numbers.
No, say that number again. Say it again.
You get $600 a month. You get $600 a month positive cash flow. That's net. and your monthly expenses are $2,000, how many houses do you need to have to no longer have to work?
Maybe 4 or 5.
I'll help you out. Four.
I said 4
That's
or 5.
$2,400 a month. 24 houses at $600. That's $2,400. It's that simple. Your monthly expenses are $2,000. You buy 4 rental houses at just kicking out $600, and let's not even get exotic and start talking about duplexes and triplexes and quads and multis and things like that. It takes 4 houses for someone who has a $2,000 a month expense to no longer have to work. Then you're wealthy. I had 41 units. So not only did I not have to work, but my net worth and everything else said that I was a millionaire, multi-millionaire.
Hold on. Horseman, who's
it's
beefing?
That easy.
Who's beefing? I guess he just the one who hit the thumbs
this
down.
Education, and this
no, I ain't
straight,
talking to you. I'm not talking to you. No, I know. I'm speaking in the chat. Horseman, who's beefing?
Oh.
E-Double ain't even a box truck, a content creator. So I guess he the one who hit the thumbs down. We having a conversation. This is what I'm talking about. People coming in halfway through. Through.
Catch a live.
You know what I'm saying? You come with the thumbs down and then you put your I don't beef with nobody. And if you was here earlier, I said shots been getting thrown at me for the past year and a half, and I ain't even responded.
Right.
Oh, well, all right, well, that's fine. But it ain't no beef. How you gonna beef with somebody on the internet?
They see me and E-Double going in and they calling it beef. That's what they see.
No, they just having a discussion. It's a debate. Go ahead.
We wouldn't be talking.
We got 41 units.
Listen, those threats that him and Kurt was making, that's humorous stuff. That ain't, listen.
We having a conversation.
Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead, y'all.
That's another thing again.
So you say, well, the
you say you got 42 units. You said 42 units.
Truck channels on YouTube. So let me tell you what, huh?
You say you had 42 units. You say you have 42 units. 41, yeah. And 41. What you were saying after
that? Here we go. Hold on. Ain't nobody beefing with Big Vic? Horseman. Hey, Horseman, get out of here with that shit, bro. Ain't nobody beefing with him. This is somebody who wants to address an issue. It ain't got shit to do with him. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, people say goofball shit, and yeah, I'm saying it. And you don't even know what you're talking about.
Right. Just block him, man. Just block him.
No, I ain't gonna block him because he ain't did shit wrong. He just speaking on some shit. He don't know what he talking about.
Yeah, but he's stripping the conversation, man.
Nah, man. Wait, beefing with that man? Did you say some man when that man throw all the sneak disses at me? Do you go say that over there? All right then. Yeah, if I had beef, hold on, check this out. If I had beef with him, I wouldn't sit down and ate with him when he came to the crib. You think I would have? You sound crazy. If we had beef with the man came to Chicago, I went out and ate with the man. So what are you saying, bro? See what I'm saying? It's just people just be talking. He got it up on his channel. I wouldn't have sat down and ate with the man if it was a beef. Do you think I'm gonna go eat with somebody I got beef with? I just don't like when people say goofball shit. People having a conversation. We have it. It's a debate on opinions. That's it.
Man, let me say something to everybody in the chat.
Hey, go ahead, bro. I don't know.
I'm a real ass nigga, and the dude to the left and to the right of me, they real ass niggas, man. They trying to do stuff to help out our community. Yeah. We're just talking. Sometimes we get a little loud and get a little heated. But look, this is cooperation over competition. We trying to help each other out, and we just talking. We just chopping it up, man. It's that simple. If you for real black, then you know about the family gatherings and y'all playing dominoes and spades and you got your Hennessy out and your uncles start getting at it. But nigga, it's all love. We yelling and everything. We talking shit, but it's all love, bruh.
Right.
That's it. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? It's people that duck and
Turkey still a
dodge,
little
they
goofy,
smoke.
but it's all love.
It's people
Right.
that duck and dodge, they smoke. So when hold on, let me get this understood. So when people have issues and they duck and dodge it, it's cool. But when three men get together and have a conversation, it's an issue. And see, this is what I'm saying, bro. And this is why I'm seriously like, man, I might just delete my channel and say the hell with the shit. I really don't need it. You dig what I'm saying? I
Right.
really don't. You know what I'm saying? This is somebody that come ask questions, I give them answers.
Right.
That shit goofy as hell to me, bro. Goofball shit, bro. Ain't nobody got no issue with nobody, man. If a person had an issue, come on, bro, over some. Go ahead, E Dub. You got it, man.
EW, you say you have you were stopped at 41 units. You were explaining that to us.
I didn't hear you, man.
No, you were explaining the 41 unit that you had. You get cut off right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, oh, I mean, that was it. There wasn't nothing else to that. I was just saying that I've accomplished a lot in real estate.
Uh-huh.
I've been a millionaire. I've been a multi-millionaire. I've lost it all. I've gained it back. I have a
Mm-hmm.
blueprint on how to do it. And
Right, right.
anybody who's successful in anything, you know that success leaves clues. You can drop me off in a desert with $100 and give me 6 months, and I'll be a millionaire all over again because I've done it time and time again.
Right.
You could drop Mark off and yourself off in fucking Colorado with no trucks and $500, and in 6 months you could have a fleet of trucks again.
Right,
Am
right.
I right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So we was talking about watching YouTube or watching YouTube channels or box truck channels. The reason I watch your box truck channels and the reason that I'm even in box trucking is because it's
Mm-hmm.
called excessive cash flow. So you can take that excessive cash flow and you can get a CPA, you should, and get an attorney, and they will teach you how and tell you how to roll it over into something that is beneficial according to the tax code that you don't even have to get taxed on. You could be in box trucking and not have to pay no taxes because you working it through an LLC and you show everything as a loss. It's a business loss, but it ain't really a loss to you. You
You can
still
only
get
do that
all
for.
your bills paid,
Mm-hmm.
huh?
You can only
You
do that for
still get
3
all your
years.
bills paid. No, no, you could be a loss forever. I've been doing this since 2004.
You can't do a loss
What they
forever
say
You
because
is
can't.
you can
you can only they say that you can only um uh lose money on a business before their ears perk up and they start looking into stuff. But if you abiding by the tax code, which is given to you by the IRS, you could ride that out forever.
okay,
They
but
wrote the
if you
code.
wanna but
They
if you wanna
want
get
you. They
finance,
want you to. They want you to be wealthy through certain vehicles, like real estate. They want you to provide housing through real estate, and they help you do it with the tax code. There's amortization. They help let you write it off with. There's appreciation. There's cash flow. There's all types of ways that you can write off taxes and
mm-hmm.
purchases and uh, 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 40 tax exchanges. There's all types of ways that they have made it so that you can, really for white people, but you can just learn the rules and play by them and never pay taxes legally.
Mm.
Now, when you try to go get a house in your name, in your personal name, through say Bank of America, then they're gonna want to see a W-2, and they're gonna want to see that you made some money, and then yes, you do have to pay some taxes, on the personal side. But if you don't care about having your name on a house and you okay with living in a house that is owned by one of your corporations, then you don't have to worry about that either.
Right.
Or you
Let me
can
say
or you can get business lines of credit. You can get
Mm-hmm.
$100,000 in a month and get some business lines of credit and pay for your real estate that way, or at least the down payment, and don't even have to go through a bank.
all
You
right.
dig?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I
all I was saying.
disagree.
I
I
wasn't saying
disagree,
go. I
but
wasn't saying go lay your head down in your
but
personal house and it's
this is
in
where I
your
disagree
box
at.
truck company's
This is where
name.
I disagree at.
That's actually illegal.
This is why. But see, this is why I disagree at, because on that live stream when we were talking about that, and I was telling him when he got to the payment, right, and he was talking about his numbers, and I'm like, "You're not paying yourself." He's like, "I knew I was gonna have to stand in the circle right here." And I said, "Man, you gotta pay yourself." I said, "You gotta pay yourself." I said, "It's important that you pay yourself. You want a trail that you paying yourself. One day you might want to go out and buy a house or a car." And then that's when you said, "No, Mark. No, Mark. You could buy the house under the under the C corp. He gonna get double taxed if he pay himself." Now, before you
No.
deny it, it's in the live stream. I could pull up the chat.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to think about
Yeah.
what you said, because that's the
So I was
reason.
trying to. So I was trying to.
Go ahead.
I was trying to clarify for you, and I was also answering a question for somebody else in the chat, so it sounded like I was addressing you. But the way that you would do that is if you got a box truck company that's a LLC, and you want to eventually buy a house that you live in and got your family in and everything else, yeah, go ahead and let your LLC buy the company, and then you can do a quick claim deed into a different corporation after you've closed on it, or you can refinance it into your personal name and show some taxes after about a year or two.
So
You get a
so let me ask you
commercial
this.
loan to buy the house. You get a commercial loan to buy a house. You let it get seasoned, and then you refinance it into your personal name. I don't know why you would want to have a house in your personal name, because that's when people come after you.
Why would you not want
You
to?
put your real estate.
Go ahead. I'm gonna
You
let you
put your real
finish.
estate stuff like trusts. You hold it in trusts and C corporations through different states.
So you don't own a house in your name?
Nope, I haven't owned a house in my name since 2004.
So if something happens
There's
to the
all types of
business,
people. There's all types
then
of
what?
people who have tried to sue me, and they like, go get his house. He don't own a house. He rents.
Well, here's the thing: if
I
they
rent.
they
I
what
rent from a
they trying
corporation.
they trying to sue you personally.
Yeah, you trying to sue me personally, but I don't have shit.
Well, why they trying to sue you?
I don't have
I
no
do
cars.
good business
I don't
personally.
have no cars in my name. Huh?
But why are they trying to sue you personally?
Oh, you mean like a real situation?
You said you've had all type of people try to sue you. Why are they trying to sue you personally?
Oh, yeah.
I've been sued. My business has been sued. Mark has never been sued personally.
I've evicted people for not paying rent, and they said, "Oh, well, I was only a month behind, so I'm gonna sue you."
Okay, so if you've evicted people, you just said all your.
I had a ceiling fall down. I had a ceiling fall down on somebody, and they tried to sue me personally. And the attorney looked into it, and they was like, "He don't have shit.
So here's the thing.
House, he don't even own this house.
So here's the
This
thing.
house you live in, you don't even own it."
But that's what I'm saying.
When insurance comes in. And that's when insurance comes in.
If your real estate,
sue you for neglect.
If your real estate is owned by a corporation, as you say, all your properties are owned by a corporation, and the ceiling fall in, or the tenant, you evicted them, how are they suing you if you don't own it? The corporation owns it. So how are they suing you?
They don't know no better. People can sue you for anything.
Listen, I understand that's America. Anybody can sue anybody for anything, but how do they know you personally? How do they know? How do they associate you with the corporation? If the corporation is renting them the property, why aren't you what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, why ain't you detached? Why ain't you got no barrier in between you and the corporation? If you got that many properties, why are you running around dealing with tenants? If I got 41 units, I'm going to hire a property management company to put in between. I know I'm right. I do this.
This is what I do. That was the only thing I had to do. So instead of paying somebody 10% of all my rent, I rent in my own properties. When you have something like Section 8, you might talk to a tenant once a year. It ain't that busyness that everybody thinks it is. People calling for toilets. You can duly remodel your houses. People ain't calling you and bothering you for all this stuff.
But why did the ceiling fall?
Thinks it is.
Why did the ceiling fall? Why did the ceiling fall?
a janky contractor put an air handler up there without a drain pipe that wasn't properly hooked up. So the water started seeping into the sheetrock, and in a piece, it wasn't the whole ceiling, like the whole thing. It was like a piece of the sheetrock fell on her. But
So
that's
you
what
hired,
insurance is for.
so you hired the Ray Ray or the Pookie to do the work instead of hiring the Polish cat.
I did.
All right. So that's why the ceiling fell.
That was early. That was early on. But you live and you learn. You live and you learn.
Hey man.
You live and you learn.
Hey, EW, let's switch the subject, man.
Hey man, man.
Oh man.
Hey man, listen. One thing about me, I hear you. I'm gonna always have a piece of property for me to lay my head. I would never put the place where I lay my head in a business, under a business. But I know I'm not worried about getting sued because I'm not personally out here doing bad business with people. All right. Businesses, I understand they get sued. I've been sued. But guess what? When my business has been sued, they tied everybody to that lawsuit except Mark personally. Because they couldn't. Because I was insulated. That's the word that I was looking for. Insulated from the business, right? Because it's an S corp.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It couldn't sue me. They wanted to come from my property. They wanted to, but they couldn't. Legally, they couldn't do it. I have to lay. So if I lose everything, Mark gonna have a place to come cry himself to sleep and come up with a strategy to build it all over again. I'm not gonna put this up for. I'm not gonna risk this. I wouldn't leverage it for a business, and I don't understand why people leverage their 401ks, goofball shit like that. I would never leverage the place where I lay my head.
I'm frozen.
Can you see me? I would never leverage the place where I lay my head to start a new business. That's the stupidest shit you could do. So that's just me personally. You got your
personal investment style.
Yeah.
I mean, if somebody got $400,000 of equity in their house and they want to do a HELOC, a home.
We lost him.
I think he have a bad signal.
Yeah, he traveling. I'll pull him back up when he call. If you got $400,000 of equity in your house, you don't leverage that to start a box truck business. You got $400,000 in equity. If you got $400,000 in equity in your home and you want to leverage that, you take that $400,000 in equity and you leverage that by getting another piece of property.
Right.
Not a box truck business. So I mean, we could have this debate.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, told you.
Let him hit the like button, man. Let him hit the like button.
Man. Listen, man.
Got 98 people in the live, man. Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
Hey, E-Dub, come on, hit that link, man. Come back up. You wanted to hold the wise men accountable, man. I don't know. I got to check the scoreboard. I got to check the scoreboard.
Hit the like button, man.
I got to check the scoreboard.
E-double. I don't call him E-double. I call him E-W.
Come on, E-Dub. Get back up in here.
Hit the like button, man. I'm going to check. 96 people. Hit the like button, guys.
I'm going to check the scoreboard. Go ahead and join back in.
Somebody said that he need to pay you, Mark.
You need to pay me? You don't need to pay me. Listen, E-Dub, I could tell he read. He read a lot. Because a lot of books he talk about, I've read. You know what I'm saying? That's why he throw authors' names out like he did the other night. The authors he threw out, I named the books. All right? That's why he say, man, Mark, I know what I know. He knows it because he knows some of the stuff. He's not a ignorant man by far. But I think where his issue is, I think he gets, me, I don't think like that 1%. I know at the end of the day, I'm not part of the 1%. I can't invest the way they invest. I have to invest more strategic and smart because the reason why they're 1%, they have generational wealth. When you're talking about the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, that's generational wealth. So if Rothschild Jr. starts a business and he invests, he loses it all. All the other Rothschilds have billions and billions of dollars to keep funding him. These are the people that control the world. Mark don't have that.
Right.
If Mark invests and Mark loses, Mark is asked out.
Yep.
So I don't those fundamentals that he's he's talking about, right? They work, but they don't work for a person who's poor. And when I say poor, that's all of us. If you ain't part of the 1%, you're poor. You could be rich, but you're poor in comparison to them.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So what EW is talking about, yeah, it works. It just don't work for us. I'm not going to do no. I don't invest like how he's talking about. He invests like the 1%. I'm not the 1%. I'm honest
So
with
let me say
myself.
this.
Yeah.
Success leaves clues like breadcrumbs. So if you want to be rich, if you want to be a millionaire, you don't hang around and get a person to make six figures as a mentor to tell you how to become a millionaire. You get a millionaire. If you want to become somebody that makes six figures, you don't go ask somebody that flips burgers at McDonald's how to make six figures. You get somebody to make six figures. So if you want to know how to get rich and be part of that 1%, which is not that difficult to do, you just follow the clues and the crumbs and get a mentor or read the books of somebody who is in that 1% and how they did it, and then you can go do it.
I'll never be a part of that 1%. I'll be rich, but I'll never be wealthy.
Well, that's your choice.
No, because it's not my choice. Because they won't allow it. See, here's the thing: the things that I'm going to have to do to become a part of that 1%, I'm not going to do it.
You know what? Let me tell you a funny story.
I'm not going to do it. I'm not finna be on that island with Jeffrey Epstein. I'm not finna do none of that shit. That's the one. That's
be rich without.
Rich and wealthy is two different things. Listen, rich and wealthy is two different things. Rich and wealthy is two different things. And some of the things that you have to do to be wealthy, I'm not going to subject myself to doing that type. To be wealthy, I'm not going to subject myself to doing that. I got morals, I got standards, I got a Christian praying mother, and I'm not gonna sell out to be a part of that 1%. I'll just take my millions and live comfortably. Dude, I'm not finna go do. Go ahead.
The definition of wealthy means that your desired lifestyle or your current lifestyle is paid for through the net flow of assets. You can work if you want, don't work if you don't want. That's wealthy. And you can pass that on from generation to generation and it will grow.
Listen. When you talk about the Rockefellers, when you talk about the Rothschilds, when you talk about the Kennedys and families like that, go ahead.
Uber rich.
That's the wealthy. That's the 1% though. That's the 1%.
You're right. Those are the ones. Those are the ones.
I don't want to sit in a room with them.
The back of slaves. No, you don't.
So I know I'll never be wealthy. I won't do it. Even if the opportunity presented itself, I would turn it down. I'll just be rich.
That's not wealthy, Mark. That's not wealthy, Mark.
What is that? What is that?
What is what? Wealthy?
If that's not wealthy, then what is?
That's uber rich. That's rich.
That's not. All right, man.
The only way that you can get that type of rich, the only way that anybody can get that type of rich is generations ago you owned slaves and you had that free labor for generations. That's the only way you get that type of rich. Georgetown University, Duke University, the White House, the Capitol, half of D.C. was built by slaves. The only way that you get that type of rich was generations ago. It was built on their backs, and you was part of that. Your family was part of that. We ain't even talking about that type of rich. You right. Ain't no Jeffrey Epstein or Mark Bezos looking at you.
That's wealthy. Listen,
we ain't talking about them.
Right. People think LeBron James is wealthy. LeBron James is rich. He's rich.
Yeah, he is.
$1 billion today is not like $1 billion 30 years ago. As time goes on and the cost of living keeps going up, money is not the same as it used to be.
Right.
LeBron James and people like that, they got financial advisors that have purchased apartment complexes for that man. I mean, 200-300 unit apartment complexes. What's his name that plays for the 49ers? Number 71. He owns apartment complexes. His grandkids will never have to work. That's wealth.
I look at that as rich. Wealth. The 1%. Listen, it's a lot of billionaires. It's a lot of millionaires. You can't put all these millionaires and billionaires as 1%. The reason why it's 1% is because it's few. When I look at the 1%, I'm talking about the people that a lot of people don't even, and this chat probably don't even know. George Soros, the Kennedys. That's the 1%. That's the 1%. That's the 1%.
Nobody's talking about being that type of rich. You was talking about rich people don't watch the box.
They're wealthy.
That's wealthy. That ain't rich. That ain't rich. That's
you can
wealthy.
have $1 million and be rich, right? The definition of rich is having $1 million.
You can have $500,000 and be rich. That's what I'm. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
No, you just somebody with $500,000, but when you have $1 million, you are a millionaire. Now the problem with that is if you don't invest it, the moment you spend $1, you're no longer a millionaire. So you get the assets that equal the kickoff in the type of returns that you get for $1 million. And thus, the reason I was watching your channel and Big Vic and everybody else is so I could see how to put out 4 or 5 trucks out there, kick off a lot of cash flow so I could invest it in real estate. I'm focused like a laser. My thing is real estate. All you're going to hear me talk about is real estate. Real estate, business funding, box trucks. That's it.
How much box truck is that?
So you consider hold on, you consider LeBron James wealthy?
What's his net worth?
That's $1 billion. He worth about $1 billion.
I think
give or take.
Rich and I think he's rich and wealthy.
How can he be wealthy? All right, so let me prove you a point.
When you get $1 billion, when you get $1 billion, it's a full-time job trying to spend that much money.
Here's how I'm finna prove to you that he ain't wealthy. Kanye was worth way more than him at one point about a year ago this time. Kanye. And guess what? If LeBron is wealthy at $1 billion and Kanye was worth about 8 or 9 or 10, somewhere around there, he don't got that no more. Just like somebody said in the chat.
No.
The wealthy can't. Hold on. But here's the point. Okay, LeBron is net worth, but check this out. The wealthy can't lose. The wealthy been The wealthy been wealthy for years and generations and generations and generations. You can't take it away. They're not held to the same standards as rich people. LeBron can get all that wealth taken away. He do one thing to the wrong person or don't do one thing that the wrong person want him to do. He don't do it. They'll find a way to take it off from him. The people that's the 1%, they control everything, even your president. Whoever you think your president is, they control everything. The banks, we could out of name the Kennedys, the Rothschilds, the Rockefeller, George Soros. We could talk about the Chase, J.P. Morgan. We could talk about all these families that's part of the 1% that's been 1% for generations. They ain't had nothing taken from them. They ain't fell off, none of that. They control everything. It's a difference between rich and wealthy.
It ain't nothing to them. Like you were saying, Donald Trump, he didn't have all these companies go down, but he has so many other companies come up, so it don't make a difference.
I
hairs here. I'm talking about people that want to live in their little McMansions and drive their Maybachs and take vacations and rent yachts and stuff like that, or maybe even buy a yacht. I ain't talking about nobody that's living in a 500-unit tower that they own with a helicopter pad. I ain't talking about all that. Nobody. Right. That's a headache. That's not enjoying life. You done sold yourself at some point to get that rich.
That's the point.
That's
the point I'm making.
Yeah. So I'm talking about buying some property that where the net income exceeds more money or more than your entire family can earn at a job. And you no longer have to work a job. It's called getting out the rat race. You don't have to be on that little spinning wheel always looking for your next check. I'm saying do stuff that adds assets to your profile so that these assets kick off income that exceed your expenses. That's all I'm saying. Just be comfortable. You ain't got to be greedy. I ain't talking about being on no island, sexing up little kids. Like, nah, that ain't what I want to be a part of.
All right, well.
All right,
what
man.
else? What else you got for us?
What else they got for us, EW?
Oh man, I got all types of stuff for y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all do your thing. How long we been on here? about an hour and a half.
This your chance. What? How long we been on here?
As far
An
as
hour and a half.
as far as beef or whatever, in terms of what I've heard, we good. I've expressed what I had to say. You expressed what you had to say. Kirk, Kirk, he half fresh. He day old, Kirk.
Mark, you say I'm all fresh.
But we good.
Hey,
But we
Mark.
good.
Hey, Mark. You
Yeah,
said that I'm
yeah.
all fresh.
You said you had fresh.
I
So
finally get him to
you
get at
said
least off the
He
fresh.
day old bakery
you, s-
fresh.
you said you still kind of stale then if you had fresh. So,
Oh man.
but
It's all
it's
love,
all
man.
good.
Don't worry,
It's
man.
all good.
It's all good, man. If you know, listen. If you know me, you know I'm good at getting on the people's skin, right?
Hey man, that gets you clicks. That gets you clicks. I
Oh
guarantee
man.
you're gonna have some people talking about bring on E double, bring back E double. I want to hear
Here's the
y'all talk
thing.
some shit.
Here's the thing. And I see people in the chat, some people got some things to say in the chat like horrible live and this that. It's more good than bad, but here's the thing. At the end of the day, it's content. Whether you deemed it educational or not, we wasn't showing women with fat asses. We wasn't showing ops drilling on each other. We wasn't, it was three men having a discussion with difference of opinion and trying to come to some resolution. That's it. That's it. So if you don't see the positivity in that, when there's people out here that have differences and they trying to run, bang, shoot them up for minor differences like stepping on shoes and things like that, then, we talked about real estate, whether we agreed on the strategy or disagreed, we talked about real estate. We talked about differences of opinion. All right. We talked about history, slavery. We mentioned some presidents. We talked a little bit about Section 8, how Section 8 came about, a little history here. And then we expressed some things that the context was taken the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? And we expressed that and put it into better perspective for all parties to get understanding from. So I don't see where, the issue is. I really don't get it. It's content. It's people out here making. I'm looking at the YouTube right now, all type of dumb shit. Sexy Red, Booty Hole Brown. Go watch some of that. If you think that's better than this, then I don't know.
Right.
Go watch Sexy Red.
Right.
And I can't stand what she stand for and what she's preaching and what she's talking. I seen a TikTok teacher do a rendition with a primary grade school class. Her primary grade school class did a rendition to the Ski U. That's content that gets millions and millions and millions of views. But three black men, we can't have a conversation with differences of opinion and come to some type of resolve without people complaining. But you'll go watch Sexy Red though. Ski U. Booty Hole Brown. You could go watch. You go watch that though.
And what a lot of people don't understand also, Mark and EW, right? There's always gonna be people like me that thinks like me. There's always gonna be people like EW and Mark. The problem is are we willing to have the conversation? You get what I'm saying? And so as long as we can come and have the conversation as three grown men, I think that is more important than we trying to pull up on each other. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't see the value in having these conversations rather than people are just hiding behind the curtain. We're having the conversation. I'm Jamaican. EW is American. Mark American. You don't find too many people on the internet having the conversation. You get what I'm saying? So I think that a lot of time when we have these type of conversation, you know, my views is my views. EW views is his views. Mark views is Mark views. You get what I'm saying? Mark disagree with him in real estate. He disagree with the way I come off. You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we're having the conversation. I'm not trying to pull up on him. He's not trying to pull up on me. I'm not trying to, you get what I'm saying? And I think that is why a lot of time when people come in the live stream in mid here, off way, they miss the point. You know, sit back sometime and go back and watch a live stream.
Yeah. And ain't no
You know what I'm
issues,
saying?
ain't no issues. I said what I said about the other, that live stream that happened. Like, listen, Kurt, that live stream from 3 weeks ago when Vic came on your channel, I kind of wish he never even clicked that link and came on, bro. I just wish he didn't, man, because even then, us having a conversation and we ended it, good night, have a good night, be safe, or however we ended it, it ended professionally and respectfully. Now, the issue that I saw that happened after that, when I addressed him and asked him something, and then he did it, I addressed that, and I'm sure he's seen it, and he's probably watching now. He knows what my stance is on that. I don't like that. If I ask you a question and you are solid, stand on business. Don't go tell me no and then go back and do it. Now I'm letting you know how I'm looking at you now. That shit ain't solid.
Right.
It just wasn't. You dig what I'm saying? The issue with Buddy and them, it wasn't solid. The shit that I had to say, I told it to him.
Right.
So even still, I don't have no issue with it because it ain't no issue to have. At the end of the day, we don't know each other in person. We met each other. We don't really know each other. We didn't grow up together. We didn't come up together. You see what I'm saying? The only thing we can have is an information war.
Right.
And he kind of said, I don't want no parts of that.
Yep.
So that little sneak dissing, the live 3-4 hour lives and refrigerator on your back, that ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? I was just upset that I just asked you, you know what I'm saying? So that's it. Ain't nothing that nobody gonna go back and forth about. That shit goofy.
Yeah. And I mean, it is what it is. I mean, EW wanted to come on and we bring him on and we have a conversation. I mean, he, regardless of what we were talking about, the point that I'm trying to make is that we have the conversation. And I think that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to have the conversation because it's too touchy.
But here's the thing. When people press you to stand up, all the people that ask me, Mark, why don't you go after this person? Why don't you go after that person? Why don't you go after this person? But then when you question people, then people want to bitch up and complain and shit. Don't ask me to do that shit no more. I ain't doing it. If you got taken advantage of, that's your problem. Don't ask me no more, because when you ask people certain questions, people complain about it. So if you get taken advantage of, that's on you. Don't come to me crying and whining and complaining. Man, they took my money, man. You just as guilty for not calling it out. No, I ain't. My job ain't out here to police the box truck community because you got taken advantage of, because you let a person sell you a dream, sell you hope. Put that needle of hope in your arm. And you got how far that hope and failed in this business. That's on you.
That's
because
crazy.
when I question somebody about it, it's a whole big deal. Don't ask me to do that shit no more. I give a damn. So I'm done. So final thoughts?
EW.
What up?
Oh man. All right, man. You got any final thoughts?
Nah, man. It was good talking to you, brothers. Thanks for bringing me on.
Yeah, man.
Give y'all props for manning up and bringing me on. We can talk face to face, chop it up. We all good, man. I come on anytime, bro. We can discuss whatever.
No problem, man.
No problem, man. All right. Well, that's been another episode. Appreciate everybody for tuning
Appreciate
in.
you, man. Stay safe out there, okay?
Stay
What's
safe,
that?
bruh.
Yeah,
I
man,
said
y'all
stay.
too, man.
Hey,
All right.
listen. Hey, listen. Can you come in my live and give me a $50 super chat? Oh man.
Don't you have sports cars and all that type of stuff, bro?
Uh-oh.
I hear you talking about these sports cars.
Hey, don't start this shit, man. Don't start this shit, man.
Uh-oh.
Oh man. Don't start, man. We leave it at good terms, man. Don't change the mood.
You.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate
I'll
you.
come over to you. I'll come over to your channel. Drop a 50.
All right, man.
All right, man. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Peace.
Peace out.